Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Zuzu is here right away and attentive this week. Um, I'd like to read a story from the new book, the Book of Soul, and share with you this week. A young man, determined to find the meaning of life, begins his walk in the world. At first, he thinks everything he sees holds the secret. He crosses a river and feels certain that life, like the river, washing us against our will into a greater sea, this is what it's like. Then he climbs the mountain on the other side of the river and feels certain that no, life is like the mountain, bare and unmoving the higher we climb. Then he enters a city and feels certain that life is like the crowds of people, everyone close enough, though we know very little about each other. In time, he starts to forget what he was after. It's then he meets his teacher quite unexpectedly, and she knows before he speaks of all he's seen and all he's wondered. She greets him with this question. She says, "And so, do you want to know how all this works? Or would you rather apprentice in your true inheritance?" He doesn't understand all that she says, but her presence makes him stay for several years. They talk in the mornings, but mostly he just mimics what she does. After she chops wood, he sharpens the blade. After she empties the water, he goes to fill it. And after all all her talk of the inheritance of being, he asks question after question, and more than finding answers, he grows to love her. This seems to be the answer for everything. Shortly after he grasps this, she dies, as if she were waiting for him to learn how to love before she left. In his grief, he tends her chores for months without her, and then in a dream, she whispers to him, "You must go now and widen your circle." And so he leaves and continues his walk in the world, except everything is more colorful, and he senses the presence of his teacher everywhere, and so he meets everyone with love. He wanders through cities listening to strangers. He wanders through farm country listening to cows. He wanders into the forest where he listens to the birds and the trees. For all he sought as a young man, he's now finding the same moment no matter how far he travels. And when the same moment opens, he wakes through that moment into the center of things. All this makes him terribly sensitive to the plight of others. And in time, a young man like himself finds him and now calls him his teacher. Well, he laughs, never thinking of himself this way. But remembering the goodness of his own teacher, he gently deflects his student's admiration by saying, "We're only helping each other stay awake." And so it goes. I wish this journey for you. I hope that everything in the world will speak to you, the river, the mountain, the city, the forest, and I wish you many teachers who will bring you to yourself. When we lift the pail together, something happens akin to stars sparking in the night. In all honesty, I have run out of ways to describe the journey. Only know this, that in place of wings, God gave us love. So I hope you are well this week and hope you're continuing to grow in place. You get a little taste of Zuzu here.
Zuzu was very attentive today.
She was today. She was. So I hope you're well. Take care.